Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for the 5 talking points for the Galatasaray and Manchester United game. As you know, the game ended 3-3 in the UEFA Champions League. A crucial game where Manchester United needed to get the 3 points to put us second and obviously make matchday 6 a bit less pressure. But Manchester United do best and slip up a 2-goal lead. Obviously, Garnacho opened the scoring for Manchester United. And then Bruno scored a brilliant goal, not about, but a good goal after that. Then Hakim Ziyech scored one from a free kick in the first half, which someone should have done better, but we'll move on to that. Then he scored another one in the second half, which should have done better. Obviously, McTominay scored the third before Ziyech got the second. And then Akradoglu basically put the third goal in the back of net to pretty much end the game in a draw. So, yeah. Garnacho, Bruno, McTominay scoring the goals for Manchester United, Ziyech getting a brace, and Akradoglu getting the 3 goals for Galatasaray. Obviously, here are the match stats. So, Galatasaray has 16 shots, Manchester United 17. Galatasaray 8 shots on target, Manchester United 4. Possession 57.8%, Galatasaray, Manchester United 42.2%. XG, Galatasaray 1.50 to Manchester United's 2.09. Aerial duels, Galatasaray 28%, Manchester United 72%. Passes, Galatasaray made 424 passes to Manchester United 307. And pass accuracy, pretty close, 79% Galatasaray, Manchester United 77%. Now, as you can imagine, obviously this has been recorded the day after the match. This has been recorded the day after the match. I don't know why my laptop's being a fucking Onana. Shy. But listen, Manchester, I've relaxed, but I just don't know what happened. I just don't know what happened. I really just don't know what happened in that game. After the game, I was like, how? I can't believe that. And now, the more you process it and the more you think about it, you're just like, should I be surprised? Should I be surprised? We've seen it before and we're seeing it again. And listen, I don't want to talk too much because I want to jump into the 5 talking points. Before we get stuck into the 5 talking points, let us know what your 5 talking points were. Let us know our thoughts on the game. I'm sure you have a lot of thoughts. I definitely do, but I'm not sure the duration I want to do this video would cover it all. But yeah, let's jump into talking point number 1. So Garnacho, he shines again, scores again, whatever way you want to go about it. Obviously, he scored a goal in the 10th or 11th minute. Good goal to be fair. It was a good goal. I mean, the more you watch him play, the more he kind of cements that spot in the starting 11. And listen, we've all said it. Garnacho should be in that starting 11. You know, we've seen we know what he can do. We've seen what he can do. So we're all like, get him into that starting 11 and see what he can do. And you know, since coming back from international break, he's put 2 on the back in two crucial games, you could almost say. But unfortunately, we didn't get the win. But I really like Garnacho. You know, he's passionate. He's aggression. I know yesterday I was kind of hot him and hawing and I was going mad at every Manchester United player. So that's just emotion. That's just the life of Manchester United fan. That's the joys of a football fan. You know, you're watching your team play, and you can have the number 1 player in your team. He can make a mistake. You love him, and you want him in your team. But if he makes a mistake, you're going to say, "Oh, you're shy." That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. But you scored again, and you know, hopefully he can score maybe 1 or 2 against Newcastle on the weekend. With me, I'm not looking forward to that game. But yeah, Yeah, I mean, listen, he scores again. I mean, he could have had maybe another goal, to be honest. Obviously, we took him off and brought on Pelistri, which, again, I don't know why. I like Pelistri, by the way, don't get me wrong, but in a game, I would have just preferred the front three we had up top of Garnacho, Hoyle and Anthony. But we'll talk about game management and other bits in a few. But yeah, Garnacho scores again. Unfortunately, I can't really dwell on it because I talk much about it because, you know, it's not a main talking point. It's the first talking point. And Jellison, hopefully that, you know, what he's doing at the moment, scoring goals and that, can give him a bit more confidence and can push him because we know he'll want to he'll want to go as high as he can, and so will Eric Ten Hag. But talking point number 2, funny enough, is 2-goal lead slipped. I mean, listen, we started the game, and like I said, it's a good start. You know, we weren't doing nothing wrong. Everything was going pretty well. And we could have, just to clarify, we could have slipped up that 2-goal lead not long before half time. Icardi put the ball in the back of the net and it was offside. And when you look at it, it was like, honestly, like, such a tight margin. You know, if they're forward a little bit more, that's it. But you're going in 2-2. So Galatasaray could have scored more. We could have scored more. You know, we went 2 goals up in the first half, 2-0. Things were looking well. You know, we finally looked like we were going to get a decent, convincing away win against a tough team in a tough state, a tough atmosphere. But I know, listen, Manchester United at the moment, you know, they do what they do best and slip it up, don't they? Don't mind my laptop. It's been a bit of a dickhead. But yeah, it was 2-1. Then we thought, right, get us to half time. You know, just get us there. You know, just once you get to half time, we can sort things out. And we got to half time, and again, Galatasaray was still hitting us. It was end to end, and then McTominay, Wan-Bissaka whipped it across to McTominay. McTominay put it in the back of the net. 3-1 with, I think it was like half an hour remaining. We're still a bit, right, lovely stuff, happy days, relax, lovely, happy days, you know, we'll take it, lovely. And then for some reason, I just got this gut instinct was kind of telling me, Dino, relax, you know, your team are going to slip up, and it was right. Then I went 3-2, and I thought, okay, this is gonna be nervy, but hopefully we can hang on. And then boom, you know, we get beat again. Onana gets beat on his near post, and that's what 3-3. I mean, it's ridiculous that we keep slipping up those leads. And the thing is about it, it's not going to be a case where we'll never slip up a lead again. We'll see a lot more. We'll see a lot more of these leads slip up. Do not worry about that, unfortunately. You know, I literally put up a tweet last night, how to beat Manchester United. Let them go 2 goals up. Because, you know, we don't know what to do. It's like, right, what do we do now? Do we keep going? Do we sit back? I mean, come on. If you're 2 goals up, you want more. And, you know, listen, if we won the game 3-2, 4-3, you know, if we got a late winner yesterday, it could be totally different for a talking point show. That's what it is, you know. That's what it is. And that draw yesterday, honestly, feels like we lost. I feel like Manchester United lost yesterday. Like, I really, really do. Like, honestly, like, I was sick. I'm just sick and tired of this, you know. Keep slipping up leads, you know, like. And I wouldn't mind. It doesn't happen in the Premier League because we can barely score a goal, let's be honest. I think we the 3-0, I think, is our biggest victory in the Premier League so far this season. And that's Everton. But in the Champions League, we've seen it against. We're conceding too many goals. We're conceding too many goals in the Champions League. And if you want to win the Champions League, you no disrespect to Bayern, Copenhagen, or Galatasaray, but if we progress, there's a good chance you could come up against Real Madrid, Barcelona, one of the Milans. Whatever happens in the group Newcastle are in, you could come up against PSG. You could come up against Dortmund. You could come up against AC Milan. If we finish second, we are going to face a big team. We will face a top team who are better than Bayern Munich, by the way. No disrespect, and I hope I don't eat me words that we get that Bayern decides to slap us at Old Trafford in a few weeks. But we need to be a lot better, and we can't be like I was going to say before I moved on. We played Galatasaray at Old Trafford, and we kept slipping up lids. We kept slipping it up, and we lost the game. We can't be doing this. And we're doing it against Copenhagen away. 2 goals up, bang, we lose 4-3. Galatasaray last night, 2 goals up. 2-0, 3-1, whatever way I want to have it. Bang, draw, 3-3. It's something we have to work on. At the midfield and the defence and Onana. And that moves me on to talk point number 3. Onana costs United. Now, I was watching a certain fan channel. I'm not going to say the name. Not that they'd be watching, let's be honest. But they said Onana wasn't at fault. He was at fault, but he wasn't the main. He was one of the reasons why we lost, but they were blaming Ten Hag. Now, I personally think, again, that'll move me on to game management too. That is a talking point coming up next. Onana. I'm just going to talk about the 3 goals. Nothing else. But maybe talk about something else. The 3 goals yesterday, he could have done better on. Right, the 3rd goal, all right, fair enough. Maybe he could have done better, but right, fair enough. But the 2 goals, the free kick, he gets his wall set up. He has the players in the wall he wants. He has the position that he wants his players in. He has everything sorted. Sort out your position, Onana. Sort out your position as well as the wall. Because Ziyech took the free kick and Onana just decided, right, I'm going to move to my left. That's what he done. And then that gave Galatasaray momentum. That goal gave Galatasaray momentum. Before that, they didn't know what the hell. They could have had a penalty as well before that goal, by the way. They could have. I think it had, McTominay or Maguire, whoever it was. Penalty appeal for handball. That could have been a penalty. The way VAR goes in the Champions League, penalty, if you think it was a penalty or not, it could have been 2-2 at half time, and then bill. Then we shit the bed like we done already. And we only have ourselves to blame as well. But Onana, the 2nd goal, what was that? I honestly thought one of the Galatasaray players just got their foot on the end of it. But they didn't. And there was a good bit of distance out, and I thought, surely he's not going to try and go for it. Sure, he'll try and whip it. I think he was trying to whip it in, but whatever, he'll claim he was going for a goal. But every time Galatasaray got a free kick in a good area, you're like, shit. But the people that said, get rid of De Gea, why? Tell you what, people aren't. You look what De Gea done for Manchester United over the years and last season. Got Golden Glove, by the way. But people are like, oh, bring on a player from the back, distribution. We want to play like Man City and Liverpool. We don't play it from the back. We haven't got the defenders at the moment. Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, sure. Sometimes you do well at it, mind you. But we can't do it. You can do it every now and again in a game. But it's not right. Let's do it again. We don't take risks. Onana. Honestly, I literally said it in the preview for the Galatasaray game. Onana's doing well. Hopefully he doesn't slip up. It's like he was watching the preview. I was like, for you, I'm going to slip up. And honestly, regardless of what people want, Ten Hag will not drop Onana. on Saturday for the game against Newcastle. He won't. But before I done this video, supposedly, according to Disco Mirror, if he makes any more mistakes, he's dropped for being there. So you're telling me if he makes a mistake against Newcastle, if he makes mistakes against Newcastle, he's going to drop for the game against Chelsea. I think it's all bluff, in all honesty, but you never know with Ten Hag. But Ten Hag has to be ruthless and can't be stubborn. I'm like, right, I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to drop Onana. Let him know. Let him know. I bet you now. If Fergie's manager, and if Fergie was manager yesterday, if Fergie was manager, never mind the game yesterday, he would have dropped Onana a few games ago. No doubt about that. I'm very confident he would have dropped Onana a few games ago. He wouldn't have given any more chances. There's no chances of Fergie. And that's why when Fergie was manager, Manchester United were the best club in the world. One of the best, because Fergie took no shit. You play crap, right, gone. Back in. Ten Hag will back his keeper. And even if he makes a mistake against Newcastle, I'm telling you now, Ten Hag won't drop him. Would I drop him against Newcastle? Honestly, I would have probably not. But then Boyin there, honestly, I don't know anything about Boyin there. Obviously, I know he's a goalkeeper and the team he came from. But besides that, I've never watched Boyin there play, so I don't know if he's any good or any worse in this case scenario. So Onana for me, I really do, because he's just so inconsistent. Like Manchester, like literally the rest of the Manchester United team. Really. But that's what you think of Andre Onana. I don't want to dwell on it. Obviously, it's definitely a main talking point. Definitely 100%. Don't get me wrong. But for me, Onana, just fucking hell, wake up, pal, and do something. Like, honestly, like the second goal was shy. Honestly, like every team we play, I bet you now, if we had the Hayton goal, we're second in that group. 100%. No doubt about it. Maybe not second, but we win last night. No doubt about it. But we got rid of the Hay for making the exact same mistakes Onana did. People only started to really hate the Hay after the derby in the FA Cup final. After that, get him gone. Come on. What's Onana doing? Yeah. Talking point number 4, game management. Now, obviously, the game management, you've seen it yesterday, honestly, I don't know what the game management was. I don't even know what to describe out. The Man United even have a game management. It's just, what's the suicide football or something like that? Survival football, Manchester United, but whatever it is. But the game management yesterday, you look at it. I look at the first half. It was just, just do what you do. Try and get the ball out. Try and just get that time to half time. Just waste as much time as you can. Agitate them. Take our chances. The thing is about us, we let teams get in the game. If you look at the top clubs, Man City, Liverpool, Real Madrid, whoever it is, even Newcastle, they don't let teams in the game. If they're playing well, that's that. I'm gonna bang. I'm focusing on that. I'm not letting you get into the game. I'm gonna make you as uncomfortable as I can, whether it's in your back garden or not. I'm gonna make you as uncomfortable as I can. I watched PSG play Newcastle the other night. Ended 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, whatever. Newcastle got their goal. Or went forward when they could. But they look so relaxed, so calm. They look like they knew what they were doing and a good game management. We get the ball and players are just running everywhere. I'm like, what the story is. The second half, are 3 goals up, or 3-1. Ten Hag takes off Amrabat and Højlund. I'm taking off Amrabat, fair enough. I can agree with that one. But taking off Rasmus Højlund. I mean, yeah, I know Martial had a reasonably good game against Everton, don't get me wrong. But we said it, Galatasaray are better than Everton. It's as simple as that. even when Everton were 14th, Galatasaray is still better. So for me, Manchester United just, there is no game plan. There is no team management. The team management, the game management, sorry, is just shocking. Like, we have a nice out lead, a team snatch one back, and then we hesitate and we get nervous. There's no relax. There's no try and agitate the team. There's nothing to try and get into that team's head. We let teams get back into the game. And the goals Manchester United have conceded this season, honestly, the team that have scored against us haven't had to break a sweat. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you get Newcastle now looking at that game. They have a good free kick taker, Trippier especially. Try and take corners, capitalise, free kicks on the edge of the box, test Onana. A bit of a decent distance out, but shooting distance, go for it. Then he's saying to his attackers, test Onana. Trust me, that's the thing now, test Onana. We seen it last season with the hair. We're going to see it again. Onana is just so inconsistent. So Manchester United, not just Onana, obviously. But the game management for me was just like sit back and soak up all the pressure. But let's take off Marshall up Højlund. I know Højlund wasn't foreign, but he's tall, he's big, he's fast. Give him the bloody, keep him there. And he took off Garnacho. Anthony had played well, don't get me wrong, but I would have kept Garnacho one. I would have kept it with Garnacho, Højlund and Anthony. Take off Amrabat, that's cool, but don't take off especially your goal scorer, Garnacho. But talking point number 5 is, it's a question, I wouldn't say it's a talking point, but is it over? Is Manchester United's Champions League campaign for the season done? It could be done for another 2-3 seasons, for crying out loud. Is it done? I don't know. I'd like to say it's not. But literally, for us to make it through to the knockout stages, we have to beat Bayern Munich, and Copenhagen and Galatasaray have to draw. That's what has to happen. But that's my question to you. Is it over? I'd like to say there's a very slim chance we progress. That's all I'm going to say. And I don't want to play Thursday night football. I'd just rather finish 4th, honestly. I'd rather just finish 4th because we're not going to win the Europa League either. So where are you going to get the money from that? Because there's going to be a few decent teams, I'd say, dropping in to the Europa League. And then you look who's already in there. Or Liverpool, who are the favourites to win the Europa League. So yeah, I'd rather obviously progress to the knockout stages or just finish 4th. That's what I prefer. But it doesn't look good for Manchester United. And yeah. But listen, that has been the Galatasaray versus Manchester United 4th talking point. Please like, comment and hit that big red subscribe button. Let us know your thoughts on the game. Let us know your thoughts on the video. Give us your 5 main talking points also. And let us know, do Manchester United have a chance of making it through to the knockout stages of the UEFA Champions League? Next game is Newcastle away on Saturday, 2nd of December, St. James's Park, 8 p.m. It's going to be tight. We'll see you though for the preview in the next day. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll speak to you all on the next one.